Dillian the Body Snatcher right here. It's a champ. Big up to Sporting Icon. Subscribe. Otherwise, I might pay you guys a visit.
Okay, so a little bit of latest breaking news, if you like, for Anthony Joshua versus Dillian Whyte, the rematch, where Dillian Whyte spoke to TalkSport and said that he's unhappy with a part of the contract, i.e. the rematch clause. Anthony Joshua wants a rematch clause, which is no surprise. Of course, Anthony Joshua always insists on rematch clauses. It's good business, right? Now, Dillian Whyte being unhappy about it because he doesn't want a rematch clause. If he beats Anthony Joshua, he wants to go straight into a Deontay Wilder fight in Saudi Arabia himself, i.e. take Anthony Joshua's position. So I suppose it depends on where you sit with a number of things. A lot of people don't like rematch clauses full stop. So people go, well, yeah, Dillian's absolutely right. There shouldn't be a rematch clause. Other people will say, but Anthony Joshua doesn't have to fight Dillian Whyte. So therefore, if Anthony Joshua wants a rematch clause, give him a rematch clause. Because there is no talks about Wilder versus Whyte in Saudi Arabia currently. So I suppose it depends on where you sit. Now, if Dillian Whyte defeats Anthony Joshua, then obviously the Saudis are going to be very, very interested in Dillian Whyte versus Deontay Wilder. That's a fight that me and many of you have been wanting to see for quite a few years now, when Wilder was WBC World Heavyweight Champion. And for whatever reason, Wilder just didn't want to entertain a Dillian Whyte fight. He just didn't want to do it. Is what it is. So that's a fight that me and a lot of you have always wanted to see anyway. But if Dillian Whyte defeats Anthony Joshua, then Whyte versus Wilder becomes even bigger. It does. And the Saudis will, well, you can guarantee that that's how they'll want it. Or maybe they'll still want to push for Wilder and Joshua. You never know. You really never know. But that seems to be the hold-up, is the rematch clause. Dillian Whyte doesn't want one. Now, if there was no Saudi date penciled in at the minute, of course, I would probably say, they'll just give Anthony Joshua the rematch. You beat him, just go make some more money in the rematch. Why not? But I suppose because you've got like this Saudi Arabian date that a lot of us are looking forward to, however it transpires, of course, we don't want that to be cancelled, do we? Whether that be Fury versus Usyk, whether that be Fury versus Dubois, whether that be Joshua versus Wilder, or Whyte versus Wilder, or Whyte versus Ruiz, or Joshua versus Ruiz. Listen, there's so many different scenarios that could play out. We want the Saudi Arabia date. We do. And if there's going to be a rematch clause if Dillian Whyte wins, then obviously that Saudi Arabian date is probably going to be pretty much gone. Because it seems that the Saudis, they really, really want Joshua on that card. Even if that means without Usyk and Fury. Would they still put Usyk and Fury on? Yeah, maybe. But it'd be great to have two fights on that same card, though, wouldn't it? Two big fights. So anyway, I suppose it's down to the individual as to what you lot feel about Dillian Whyte insisting that there should be no rematch clause. Some people say, well, Dillian, he had rematch clauses himself before, with, say, like Povetkin and whatever else. Joshua's always had rematch clauses. It's standard procedure. Some people say, screw rematches, Dillian Whyte is absolutely correct. What's your thoughts on it? Drop your thoughts below, click thumbs up, subscribe. Catch you next video.